Welcome back, everyone. Royce and I are back out in the woods again, just exploring and seeing what the spring woods are like around this area. I haven't been back here in, I don't know, a year, 2 years, something like that. Last time I was here, there was a lot of logging in here. It's a forest that's routinely logged. It's part of its management plan. So today we're just poking around, seeing what we can see. You can see that the black flies are just starting to come out. They aren't biting yet, but I call them dumb flies right now. We'll see. I'm going to show you some cool camping stuff that I picked up recently, and I want to show you one thing that's related to black flies. First off, I've got my new Gregory backpack. I just picked this up at Cabela's. It's 16-liter pack. It's nice and bright yellow. It's got really nice soft straps, spots to put our water. That's Royce's water. Mine actually is inside, but can go out here. It's got a pouch for keys and whatnot at the back. 16 liters. So kind of a quick tab, you open this up, and it's got lots of storage in here. Spot for keys and whatnot at the back. And then a place for your water pouch right here as well, if you want one of those. This is my little water bottle from Cabela's as well. Just pick that up. Go like that, and you can have a drink. It is pretty warm out today, so I'm glad to have both of our waters. Even though it's end of April, like that sun is pretty warm. So I just don't want to get dehydrated out here. This is pretty cool in that small, portable, and you can kind of like fold up the little mouthpiece there. It doesn't leak out or anything like that, and fits really well in this backpack. So in terms of the bugs, don't laugh at me, but I have this little dragonfly thing. So this thing is meant to kind of clip on your hat like so. So I can do this and film at the same time. So it's supposed to stay on your head and kind of keep away the bugs. I even heard that if you have a dog, you can stick it on their harness when you're walking in the woods, so that like basically, bugs where they're very visual, they will see this and they will leave you alone. So a lot of times it works well for like deer flies. I don't know if it's really gonna work super well for the black flies, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway on some of these really buggy parts of the trail. But things like dragonflies, they prey on the tiny little black flies. They also prey on deer flies and horse flies. Now the deer fly and the horse fly, very visual predators. They get really freaked out by this. Certainly I think come that season, this will be super handy. So I'm going to try this. I know it looks silly, but I can stick it in my backpack, on my hat, or even on the dog's harness, and hopefully keep some of the bugs away. Another thing I picked up, now I don't really like these kind of leashes for just general walking because they can cause a lot of problems, but sometimes when you're doing forestry hikes, these can be helpful. So here I have on my pepper spray. It's my coyote spray, basically, if I was running into a wild animal. The poop bags, and then this thing right here I just got in the mail. It's the USB chargeable light, so you can have a blinker. Sometimes I've ended up in the woods in the dark and I want us to be seen. This will go off, and then I've had this too, our little flashlight. Goes at 2 different levels. Got this off Amazon, got it for my birthday, and it is USB chargeable. The old one I had used to do with AAA batteries. You know how fast those wear out. So I thought this is a great addition for our trail walking leash system. Again, these aren't the safest leashes, but they're really good, on trail pathways and stuff like that if I have to leash them up quickly. I've got a few other things on here to help us out. And this cute little loop here, that's actually to hold the poop bag. So got all my gear here if we need to leash them up. So we're a little bit early for the ostrich ferns, but they're all in here. This is one of my areas where I go and forage. You can kind of see they're in here in this big clump. Not quite warm enough yet. It's the end of April. You just see them kind of coming up here. A couple more weeks, I think. Here's some beautiful wintergreen. You can see the little berries there. Great for partridge and grouse. A lovely little mint flavor, well, wintergreen flavor actually on the trail. Delicious. So you can see there's a lot of wet spots in the woods around here. These are little club moss, and you can see they are they're pollinating right now too. One of the earliest pollinators. It's like little Christmas trees, but these are actually a club moss. Down here, if you look closely, this is the Canada lily. These are going to be coming out soon. Beautiful little ground cover if you're looking for a native ground cover. It's better than Lily of the Valley, let's put it that way. We are a little bit early for Morels. I did see some scarlet elf cups that you guys saw in my last video. Dryad saddle should be coming out pretty soon. So we'll keep our eyes peeled, but I'm not expecting to find any really early spring mushrooms just yet. But Morels are just around the corner. A lot of ponds in here. Still on my salamander hunt. I'll take you guys to a little bit of an area where there are the peat bogs in and around here. I definitely have a lot more rotted stuff through here. It's a bit more mature forest than where I was before. You might be noticing on my feet I have something that looks like a water shoe. This is a barefoot idea shoe. Let's take a look. Pardon my shadow there. It's a nice sunny day. So these are kind of like a barefoot shoe. I've been trying to take better care of my feet lately, and what that means is having shoes with a wider toe box, using my feet more, meaning that I am actually in more contact with the ground with less padding on my feet. I think it actually is better for the environment if you don't have shoes with such a super aggressive tread, you know, being in the forest. And I've been doing foot exercises, so strengthening my big toe, my little toes, strengthening like my arch, because I've had plantar fasciitis, and everything I've heard of is like, oh, wear padded shoes, don't walk barefoot, don't do this kind of stuff. But I did a workshop recently where basically I was told the exact opposite. Like, you need to work out your feet, strengthen your foot muscles, use them, strengthen the grip on your toes and stuff. Because if you think about, we're little kids, our toes are really wide apart, and we explore a lot of good grip with our feet when we're little, and then you wear these tight shoes that put the front of your foot into like a little triangle, and sometimes people's toes go like this or like that because of the shoes you're in, and with sore feet. So I'm actively working with toe spacers and barefoot shoes and exercises to strengthen my feet so that I don't have these problems with plantar fasciitis. And honestly, I'm a couple weeks into this journey and it's working really well. And I think the woodlands are benefiting as well, because I'm feeling more with my feet. I'm more delicate with what I do. I'm not ripping up the ground as I'm walking. And it feels pretty darn good to have stronger feet at the end of the day. Well, look at this. This must be another form of club moss here. How beautiful is that? All throughout here. I don't know if I've ever seen this species before. Well, I mean, it's been here, but that's really neat. Royce is hot. He's going for a swim already. So just look that up. That's called crow's foot or alpine kind of club moss. So that's really neat. I've never seen that one before. So this is another kind of wintergreen called bitter wintergreen, or Pipsissewa. This has been used as a wild medicinal as well. I don't see this one that often as well, so this is really neat. I love coming into this forest. There's lots of cool things I've never seen before. Sometimes you come out in these logging roads, and yeah, these shoes are great. I mean, our feet are meant to feel different kinds of textures and rocks and stuff. You're not meant to be completely insulated from this stuff. This also strengthens our feet as well. So I also do stretches with balls and stuff to like stretch out like my arches and things. So this is great. Kind of wakes up your brain feeling different things, different textures with your feet. Of course, the little trilliums are coming up, and these are my favorite. These are the red trillium. They aren't open yet. They're a favorite food of deer. The bigger trillium you have, the less deer population, because I just love to eat these things. Just gorgeous. Such a beautiful spot. This is all red trillium in here. They can come in different colors, white, red. It's Ontario's provincial flower. Just had to retrace my steps a little bit. I ended up dropping Royce's tracker on part of the hike today. So thankfully I found it. I think I just put it down when I was looking at some things for foraging. So good thing that was not cheap. That was like probably the most expensive part of his dog tracking system is the GPS that goes with it. So if you lose a collar, it's a couple $100. You lose a little GPS tracker, like the little receiver you have, you're gonna be spending about $1,000 to replace that. So well worth pausing the video a bit to go find it. A little less buggy in this neck of the woods. Give it another week and the bugs are gonna be horrific. So I'm glad we're getting our little trip in here. It's a little bit of a drive, but well worth it. Right now I'm in a managed pine forest. Some of the birds I'm hearing, broadwing hawks calling back and forth. I'm hearing pine warblers, which is great. And there was like a raven family just behind me. So that was pretty cool. course, walking on pine needles is amazing. Nothing beats actually feeling the ground. That sort of connection between you and the ground is paramount. Just all the sensations that you get. Just take your mind off of everything else, you know? You can just sort of use your senses, your eyes, your nose, touch. Quite often we just got our blinders on when it comes to these things, but getting in the woods is awesome. It's real therapy. He seems to have got the scent of something. Gotta call him over. Sometimes there's like, well, there is a moose population here, so I gotta be really careful. Looks like he's tracking something, so I gotta kind of stay on top of him. Good thing I found his tracker, because off he goes into there. I'll never find him. And cell service is poor around here, so his little tractive probably not gonna work. The XL battery, by the way, in the tractive is working quite well. Get a couple, 3 weeks out of it actually. I like to keep it fairly charged though, just in case he was to take off on me. But this spot is better suited for like the off-grid trackers, like the Dogtra and stuff like that. I have the Sport Dog Tech 1.5, I can't remember. Go back to the video and look at it. I've had that for years and it works really well. I'm also seeing a few butterflies out in the woods. I just saw the dragonfly back. I was like, oh, what's that? Never mind. No, I see some little tiny purple butterflies, and I also see, I think a morning cloak, a little black butterfly. So those are one of the first ones to kind of come out this year. The morning cloaks overwinter in Ontario, and leaf litter and things like that, so they kind of come to life. Some of the ones that have overwintered look a little bit ratty. You know, their feathers are a little bit tattered, but they've made it through winter. Not as harsh as they've seen before, but they are back, which is lovely. The dog just went on high alert there for a second. What do you see? Don't tell me there's a moose up there. Quite often we will see moose tracks up through here. Bogs up through here for sure. I don't see any particular sign, but they're in here. This little backpack I have has a whistle, so if I need the dog to come back, see this thing? Gets his attention. Sorry, he's looking at me. Yeah, I love this little backpack. It's cute, it's visible, and a little bit more capacity than my last little green one. So that song, I just fired up my Merlin app to see what we're hearing, and we're hearing some juncos, as well as a blue-headed vireo. Don't think I've ever heard that before. I've heard of the red-eyed vireo, but apparently that was a blue-headed vireo that's kind of singing just that way. That's really cool. As you know, last time I was out, showed you guys a flock of rusty-headed blackbirds. They aren't very common around here, but they do, when they migrate in, they kind of spend some time in these flooded woodlands to do some foraging. So that was really neat. See, I just love getting out this time of year and hearing what's coming back from down south. And, well, blue-headed vireo, new bird on my list. Apparently the blue-headed vireo, they just migrate through here. They don't spend time here. So they will head to more northern regions of Canada for their breeding. All right, got some moose tracks. Dog kind of went bonkers, running down here like he does when he smells stuff. And there's a moose track. There's my hand. There's a moose track right beside it. So they're definitely in here. He went kind of crazy, went running. Fairly freshish. Through that way. There is a bit of sort of a little marshy bog up here, so that could be where they're going. It's got to be somewhere in there. He's picking it up. Here's some more sedges. As you can see in here, they've got sedges have edges. A little triangular base to them there. So we know it's a moist area. So the willows and stuff in there. Here's some sheep laurel. This is really interesting. This is definitely a boggy plant. So very unique habitat to have this down this far. There's only a few bogs this far south. So, you know, we're getting into this kind of territory, swampy moose territory. When we see these kinds of plants, really exciting. There's stuff in here moving around. I think it's tadpoles. Of course, there's water bugs and stuff. Oh yeah, there's tadpoles in there. How cool. Wow. Yeah, this is now the really boggy area. Ooh. Yeah, you can just sort of see the rippling of the water. Look at them all. That's cool. Oh, wow. These are the kind of ponds that the salamanders kind of breed in. Oh yeah, look at them. What the heck? What the heck is that? Oh my God. Royce just got a deer leg. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ugh. Oh no. I think he ate some of that. Oh no. Just getting over a bit of a stomach thing. And what does he find? A deer leg. Great. I thought it was an antler. No, it's an elbow and a leg of a deer. You, sir, are in so much trouble. Get over here with that. Oh, look at that. What? Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with yourself that you found a bone? Yuck. Royce. Bacteria. Germs. Ew. It's like a kid in a candy store out here. Insane. Oh my gosh. Never a dull moment. One good thing about these shoes, they are water shoes. So we can go through this without any fear. They're meant for this business. You're gonna carry your prize through that. Look at all the tadpoles. Oh boy. Oh, I'm going to slog. This is also This is also stuff to practice when you're doing barefoot stuff, walking on logs. A lot of beautiful things in here. Swamp plants. Ooh, balance. Well, at least this thing keeps them occupied. Where's the rest of it? Did you drop the other part of it? Oh, looks like you did. Look at me. Royce. Hey. Well, something really bad just happened. My legs went in, the phone went in, my butt went in. Oh, this is a heck of a lot deeper than I thought. Oh God. I thought this was literally just up to my ankles. It is not. Oh gosh. Oh, okay, we're not going through this. Okay, turn around. This is always the spot where I turn around. I don't know why. Great. Oh man. Oh boy, come on, out you go. Let's go, come on. Oh boy. Well, good thing it's a warm day. I'm in the woods, I'm happy. Oh, I am soaked. Well, good thing my car seats are not fabric. They can be wiped off. Oh, yeah, really glad. Oh boy. Really glad I can wipe my seat off. Good thing I don't have to go anywhere after this. I'm soaked. Might as well have worn a bathing suit. I don't know where he got that bone from. I think he was messing around somewhere in here. Anyway, it could have been dragged up. Looks like it had been bitten a little bit by a coyote or wolf or something. Somewhere in here. There's a butterfly just up here. This is one of my favorite places to go into, this bog here. Very sensitive area, so I'm kind of glad to have these shoes that aren't too aggressive with the terrain. Look at this sphagnum. It's absorbing all this water. Look at how wet it is in here. Usually you don't see the sphagnum this moist, but look at beautiful. Lots of blueberries and stuff in here. Those little purple butterflies. There's beautiful bog plants all throughout here. is what the bees are getting some nectar from already. That's leatherleaf in bloom. So just because it's really early in the season doesn't mean things aren't out and blooming and providing food for our insects. So this is gorgeous bog plants in here. It's so peaceful. I just love this environment. It's so rare, and we need to preserve these environments for generations to come. And lo and behold, we've got some moose sign. There's moose poop all throughout here. There's definitely the moose that come through here. So I'm pretty excited. We saw some moose sign. No moose today. Royce was on track of one, but I called him off of that. Don't want any surprises, but it's nice to see they're still around in a healthy population. Well, that was certainly quite an adventure. I had lots of fun today, saw some new things, and had a little bit of a surprise with Royce there. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you in the next one.